public cloud platforms, basically they rent their infrastructure to anyone. You just need a server, okay, they'll give you a server. Okay, you need a storage space, they'll give you a storage space. You need more services, you need networking, you need databases. You ask, they have it. Okay, those are called as public cloud providers, and those are public cloud services. Okay, but they charge you for each and everything on a second or minute basis. Okay, so for every second of consumption or every minute of consumption, they will charge you. Okay, so the this is the operating model of public clouds. On the other side, private clouds means an organization's own data center. If you are a big company, if you are a big organization, so and you don't want to host your data outside the country, outside your premises, you have some regulations, you have constraint on money. Okay, uh, then you build your own data center. And when you build your own data center, that is called as private cloud. Okay, so you build your own data center in the as shown in the image like this. Okay, actually both public and private data centers look same. Okay, so there will be racks of servers and attached cables, and then services will be working on top of them. Okay, so you buy some hardware, you buy some networking devices, you connect all of them, and then you make a pool of resources out of those hardware. Okay, now to manage this whole pool of resources and of hardware and software, you need a cloud management system. Okay, and OpenStack and VMware are two of those cloud management systems. Okay, so why I have mentioned OpenStack and VMware here? These are cloud management systems. Just put an arrow again, Komal. One more arrow. So Google, Amazon, and Microsoft has their own cloud management systems. They have their own CLI and UI. But when you build your private cloud, you need an external cloud management system to manage your pool of hardware and softwares. And that's where OpenStack comes into picture. VMware comes into picture. Okay, some other tools are there which comes into picture, but these two are the main main players in the market in private cloud. Okay, okay, next. So where does TelcoCloud stand here? Next. Yeah, one more. So TelcoCloud is actually a private cloud only. Okay, so on the left side, you will find the definition. Telcos also build their own data center. When I say telcos means the service providers, the operators. Okay, so because operators are regulated by government and law agencies, so they cannot just hold their applications and their data anywhere in any data center. It has to be a secure premise. Okay, so telco cloud is that private cloud which is used by telecom operators with some customizations in the hardware, kernel, and networking for telco specific applications. Okay, so this is basically a customized version of a private IT cloud. Okay, telco applications are very much throughput sensitive. They need high speed connectivity, very low latency. So you make some modifications into the networking side, maybe into the OS kernel of your servers, and the hardware itself should be customized to support all these modifications. Okay, so when you make these changes into a private IT cloud, it becomes a telco cloud. Okay, so private cloud or telco cloud, almost same things. Telco cloud is just a little bit customized version of a private cloud. That's it. Okay, okay, next. So let us visualize how the telco cloud is working. Okay, so this is again our traditional networking architecture. I took the example of LTE here, but it can be anything from LTE to 5G or 6G going beyond. Okay, next. So this was supposed to be your rack. Okay, almost every telco rack has these kind of cards. Okay, this type of design is there. So there is a box and there are some cards, right? Some boards in those racks. Okay, and those racks are connected via the backplane The backplane is connected via the chip. All the connectivity is via hardware. Okay, there might be some switches, and all these are interconnected. So this used to be proprietary hardware. Next, what they did now when we cloudified this, okay, and next, when we cloudified this, what happens is now we have a data center rack, okay, and in that data center we have converted all the proprietary hardware or all the proprietary application either in the form of virtual machines. So the first rack is based on virtual machines. You see many virtual machines here, and a group of VM is known as a VNF. Okay, a group of VMs is known as a VNF. Okay, so for example, if this is an SGSN on the left hand side, let's say, and the SGSN has, let's say, uh, 3 boards or 3 cards, okay, or 10 cards. So all the 10 cards will be converted into 10 VMs here, and the group of those 10 VMs will be called SGSN VNF. Okay, so to manage those VNFs, you need something. You need a management system, and that management system is OpenStack. Okay, so this is first implementation of a telco cloud based on virtual machines. Okay, then now even the virtual machines are getting converted into, I mean, this is more advanced now, that the virtual machines are getting converted into containers. Okay, so containers are more lightweight, and they have other advantages on top of VMs. Okay, so one more way to convert this physical rack into the cloudified version is via containers. So in place of virtual machines, you convert every software image into a container, and the group of such container is known as CNF, containerized network function. Same concept, same thing. Only the VM gets converted into a container. Okay. So for example, your SGSN had 10 boards. Now every board is a container here. Okay. So the group of those 10 containers will be called as the SGSN CNF, SGSN's containerized network function. Okay. And to manage containers, you need a container manager. Just like to manage VMs, you need OpenStack. So to manage containers, you need Kubernetes. Okay, so that's where OpenStack and Kubernetes comes into picture. Okay, so if any one of you follow me on LinkedIn or other social media, I always advocate learning these two technologies if you are trying to enter telco cloud. One is OpenStack, another is Kubernetes. Okay, there are other solutions also apart from OpenStack and Kubernetes, but the main penetration into the telco market is of these two solutions. Okay, so if your cloud is based on virtual machines, you will need OpenStack to manage them. If your cloud is based on containers, you will need Kubernetes to manage them. Okay, this is the visualization of the telco cloud. Okay, next. This whole concept, we call it NFV, network virtual. Okay, so before we dive into the skills, any questions or queries? I have some questions in the chat. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so I see there is a question from Ravi. What is the difference between telco and public cloud? I think it is clear now. I have already described. There is a question from Saurabh. How other data center SDN technologies, example Cisco ACI, are getting integrated into telco cloud? Okay, very good. So Saurabh, Cisco ACI is nothing but the OpenStack based cloud management system by Cisco. So OpenStack and Kubernetes are open source technologies. That means anybody can use them, build their solution around them, and then brand it as per their choice. Okay. So what Cisco has done and what other companies has also done is Cisco has built a solution based on OpenStack. Okay. So there is an OpenStack, and that OpenStack manages VMs, and there are some Cisco tools around it, and they call it Cisco ACI. That's it. OpenStack based data center, nothing else. Okay. There is a question from Kamal. Do we require VNF and CNF at a time, or CNF is sufficient for it? Okay. So technically possible. Technically, it is possible to have VNF, only VNFs, only CNFs, and VNFs and CNFs together are also technically possible in one single data center. Okay, whether you need it or not, that's the choice of the operator. Okay, so if the solution designing team uh, is not looking for a containerized solution, they will keep their solution on VMs. Okay, and if they see some advantage in converting into containers, they will convert it into CNF. Okay, so it's totally the user's choice or the operator's choice. Technically, it is possible to host every one of them. Okay, there is one more question from Kinjan. Is AES learning helpful in telco cloud field? I think you mean AWS. It's not AES, right? It's a typo. So AWS learning is helpful in telco cloud field. Uh, I would say not right now. Okay, see, the cloud concepts remain same. The cloud concept remains same, but majority of the cloud operators, majority of the telecom companies are not hosting their workloads on public cloud platforms. Okay, so this is a good question that this point has arisen. Majority of the telecom operators does not host their telco applications on AWS, Azure, and Google. Okay, but because it violates their compliance, it is now not possible as because of the law agencies and the compliance with the government. Okay, this is the user data of a telecom company is a very sensitive data, and that is why even if you learn AWS and Azure, you will learn the concepts in a way, in some way, but those concepts you cannot use into telecom. Okay, that is the problem. Okay, what is okay? Nurul Amin has asked, most of the telecom companies use Kubernetes or OpenStack. Yes, the simple answer is yes. Okay. Gaurav, there is a question. What is the future of OpenStack? I heard there are no new releases. No, there are new releases. Even the latest release has just come. I am forgetting the name, but it is getting used. Okay, but in a way, now what companies are doing, they are the companies who are now doing cloudification of their network, they are directly migrating from legacy to containers. Okay, skipping the OpenStack path. So yes, the momentum has got slowed down, but OpenStack is going to stay for next 10 to 15 years, I would say, still. Okay. How security domain or cyber security play a role in the telco cloud? Okay, Satyam, I will take this question and I will answer this later. Okay, this is not related to the slides right now. Piyush, hi Asad, what do you think about OpenShift? So OpenShift is the Red Hat's branding of Kubernetes. Okay, OpenShift is a, if Kubernetes is an engine, then OpenShift is a complete car, complete vehicle. Okay, so Red Hat has used Kubernetes and branded it with OpenShift. So it's nothing but a container management system only. Okay, it is very much used into enterprises and telecom. Okay, going very good.
For
Okay. Okay. So there are more questions. I think I will take them and I will answer them later. Okay, I'll send it to Mentesia team. You will get your answers from them. Okay, no problem. Now let us proceed because we have to complete on time. Okay, perfect. So put your questions into the chat box. Okay, and whatever I have answered, I mean after those, whatever I have received, I will answer them and I will send it to the Mentesia team. You guys will get it later on your mails. Okay, so let's talk about skills. Which skills are required by a cloud engineer? Okay, this is a very first question that comes to mind if we are preparing for it. Okay, next. Yeah, so earlier what used to be the skills were divided separately into individual roles. So around 15 or 20 years back, there used to be a network engineer, there used to be a database engineer, there used to be a system admin, a Linux admin separately, right? For every such role, we have a separate job role, separate engineer. Next. Now, after the when cloud has come into market, okay, a cloud engineer is supposed to know a little bit of everything, because all those services are now hosted into cloud. So your network is there on the cloud, your databases are there on the cloud, Linux is anyway there on the cloud. Okay, system administration is by default part of it. So if you want to develop yourself as a cloud engineer, you should have a little bit of everything. Okay, you are not supposed to get expert, be an expert in every domain, you cannot be. Okay, but a little bit of everything you should know. Okay, so I'll tell you out of these what all are actually required for a telco cloud engineer. Come to next slide. So old technology is still the foundation. Okay, there are some old skills that still needs to be learned. So telco cloud skills is a part of fundamental skills plus platform knowledge. Okay, when I say fundamental skills, so you see this picture is divided into three parts, two parts, right? Uh, so there is a fundamental skill on the lower side of the slide, and there are platform knowledge on the upper side of the slide. Okay, so just see the fundamental skills. It doesn't matter whether you, it doesn't matter. I request everyone to be on mute till the time we have Q&A. Okay. Okay. So it doesn't matter whether you want to develop yourself into private cloud or public cloud. Okay. You have to go through the fundamental layer of the skills. And the fundamental skills are Linux, networking, and Kubernetes in today's time. So I have put Kubernetes somewhere in between, right? Like a little above the fundamental skills and down the platform knowledge. So Linux, without Linux, nothing is possible. Okay, you just cannot enter or touch cloud. Okay, remember this point. Linux is everything. Okay, then you should know about Linux networking. Networking means basic networking IP skills. Okay, and then comes Kubernetes. So these three are the fundamental layer of study or skills if you want to enter into cloud. Okay, these three things. Then comes the platform knowledge. Okay, so platform knowledge is further divided into two parts. If you want to go to public cloud side, learn any one platform out of Azure, AWS, or Google. Anyone. Okay, it depends on you which one you wants to you want to prepare with. So Azure, AWS, or Google are the public cloud platforms. Generally, people start with one, and if they are working into a multi-cloud kind of environment, then they have to learn all three of them. Okay, but if we talk about telcos, so telcos, as I said, is the private side of the branch of cloud. Okay, private branch of the cloud. In case of telcos, you need the fundamental skills plus any one platform knowledge, and that platform knowledge should be OpenStack, or if in some cases it's VMware, which is there in your organization, right? And some operators have deployed whole telecom network on top of VMware. So in that case, you need to learn VMware also. But VMware is going downwards now because VMware has already been acquired by Broadcom and they have stopped the production. Okay? They have stopped the production. And uh, so OpenStack is everywhere, right? So in case of telco cloud, you will you have to learn OpenStack and these fundamental skills, okay, Linux, networking, and Kubernetes. Now, how much of these you have to learn? Go to next slide. Next, please, Komal. Yeah. Okay. So as so just check the the lower side of the slide here. Okay, so Linux, how much you need to learn Linux? Basic system administration. Okay, the basic system administration of the level of RHCSA, the Red Hat System Certified Administrator exam, uh, you need to go through. Okay, how much of networking? The CCNA level basic networking knowledge you should have. What is a VLAN? What is a subnet? What are protocols? What is ARP? What is ping? All these concepts you should know. Okay, and uh, the Kubernetes, how much Kubernetes? The only certification of Kubernetes is CKA in the market. Okay, so certified Kubernetes administrator is the first level of system administration in Kubernetes. So basic cluster administration you should know. Okay, so this is the level of study that you need to go through in these fundamental skills. Okay, from where you can learn these resources. So you have many learning resources. Okay, you have some free channels on YouTube, then you have paid platforms like individual instructors and platforms like Udemy and Coursera, all those platforms. And then there are high cost authorized trainings by the vendors themselves, like VMware, Oracle, AWS, Google, etc. Okay, so you need to decide which level of learning you need to do, but finally this level you have to achieve into the fundamentals. And then comes the platform skills. So go please click another arrow. Yeah. Okay, so the platform skills basically is how much of platform knowledge you should have. You should know the creation, deletion, and management of the cloud services. Okay, either in OpenStack or VMware or Azure or AWS or Google Cloud. Okay, so how to create VMs, how to create network, security, storage, okay, access management, all these things. Okay, this requires platform knowledge. Go next. So these are the basic certification levels of for this platform knowledge. In case of OpenStack, at least target the Red Hat CL210 exam, okay, which is the basic administration of OpenStack. Similarly, the other certifications are also written there. Okay, but public cloud platforms, as I said again, public cloud platforms are not for telcos right now. I have mentioned it here. If somebody of you has an inclination towards public cloud, going into IT or enterprise, okay, that's okay. But the telcos are strictly on the left hand side, okay, on the as far as the skills are concerned. So these are the level of certifications that you need to target. Okay, one more click. And the key point here is certifications are good to have, but not mandatory. Okay, remember when you go to an interview, so if you are only certified and you don't have hands-on experience, then you might get caught. I would not say caught. I would say that you might get uh, confused in answering the questions asked by the recruiter. Okay, but if you have real hands-on experience, no certification is required. Okay, certification is not mandatory, I would say. So if you get a chance to work hands-on, please get hands-on experience. If you don't get a chance, then go for certifications. Then certifications will help you. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, so these are the branches that I have simplified for you. So if you want to enter into TelcoCloud, learn Linux plus networking plus Kubernetes, and after that the fundamental skill is ready. Then you have OpenStack as a solid line and a dotted line to VMware. Okay, because OpenStack is the de facto CMS for telcos and VNF based applications, and Kubernetes is used for CNF based applications. VMware has very less footprint as compared to OpenStack due to cost constraints also. Okay, and if you want to enter into IT or any other industry into the cloud, then these are the skills that you need to achieve. The fundamental layer remains same: Linux, networking, Kubernetes, and then you have an option of developing yourself into any one cloud platform, and any one maybe. I mean, you have decreasing order of market share. So the most famous and most job aware or most jobs available platform is AWS. Then you have Azure, then have Google Cloud. Okay, so this is the order of decreasing order of market share and jobs into the public cloud side. Next. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about the CV because I I evaluate so many CVs for interviews, and I find a lot of mistakes in them. And people generally ask me like how we can showcase our skills into our CV. So I have some tips and tricks for CV building. We will go through it quickly. Next. Okay, how to prepare and format your CV first of all. Go next. So uh, please remove that old style. Next. Okay, please convert. Okay, go all the lines. Go all the lines. Yeah, the formats will come. Okay, yes. Okay, one more. Yes. Okay. So remember these points while preparing your CV. Okay, strictly no spelling mistakes. Do not lie in your CV. Okay, do not lie. Do not put anything that you haven't done. Okay, the hiring manager or the technical person will find out in a few minutes that here you have lied in your CV. Okay, the fonts, text size, and line spacing should be uniform. Okay, it should not be like a 12 font here and a 16 font there. Okay, it should not be like that. Photo is optional but good to have, and especially no selfies. Okay, it should be a professional photograph if you want to put into your CV. Okay, no bigger description or big paragraphs and detailed write-ups. No, that is not required. Okay, why? Because majority of hiring managers spend only 30 to 40 seconds to look into your CV. And if you have written large paragraphs of your job responsibilities, nobody is going to look into that. So only key points, bullet points, highlighted information of your skills on the top. Okay, and maximum 2-pager CV should be there. Even if you have 20 years of experience, summarize it into 2 pages, not more than that. Okay, in those 2 pages also, majority of highlights should be on the first page. Always remember, hardly any recruiter go to your second page of CV. No, nobody sees that. Okay, these are some of the key points. Next, how can you format these points into the CV? So we have tools nowadays. Okay, so you see on the left hand side, it's a traditional CV. This is also good, but I would prefer a right hand version of the CV. So format your CV into some creative templates, and you do not have to work on them by yourself. Next click. There are platforms available now. Okay, so these are the platforms. Okay, zeti.com, visualcv.com, resume.io. Just go to these platforms. Some of the templates are free, and for some of them you have to pay. Might be like 200 rupees or 500 rupees or something. So pay for it. Okay, invest in yourself and get a very good and creative kind of CV format for you. Okay, so you just put your information and they will automatically create this template for you and give you a PDF or a Word download. Okay, next. So this is for formatting. Now what to write? Format, we know that. Okay, how we will format it like this way. What exactly is the content that we are going to put into it? So there is a CV writing magic hack, okay, that I will tell you. Okay, but for that you first need to prepare yourself technically. Prepare yourself with the fundamental skills, with the platform knowledge, and then come to making your CV. Okay, then when you make your CV, then there is a writing hack. And what is that hack? I'll tell you. Go next. Okay, one by one arrow. Okay, click each arrow one by one. Okay, so search the target job in any job portal. For example, if you are targeting a cloud engineer role, or let's say an open stack engineer role, so any specific role, search that job role into any job portal. Naukri.com, LinkedIn, Found It, Indeed, any job portal. Okay, next. And then copy the lines from the job role that matches your profile. Okay, when you click on that job role, there will be job description. In the job description, you will have skills required and job responsibilities. So there will be some skills required that will be matching with your profile right now. There will be some job responsibilities that will be matching from your profile right now. Copy those. Okay, everything will not be matching with you. It will not be matching with everyone, right? But whatever matches with your current profile, with your current skills that you have acquired, just copy those lines. Next. And then put those lines into your CV. Okay, put those lines into your CV. So what it will do next, what it will do, in this way, your CV will be elevated in the search ranking of employers. Remember, as we search companies, we search jobs, we put some keywords, some job keywords, and jobs based on those keywords come on the top of the search results. Similarly, when hiring managers put requirements, they put some keywords. And if you copy those keywords from the JD into your CV, that will put your CV up into the search ranking. Okay. So those grammatical sentences or those keywords, you will copy and put as it is into your CV. So that is, and that's what will enhance the ranking of your, elevate the ranking of your CV. And always prepare more than one version of your CV to apply different types of jobs. Remember, at this stage of career, who of you are experienced more than 5 years, generally we apply other kind, I mean, different kind of jobs together. Like once we are applying a technical role, once we are applying some non-technical role, some role into IT, then do not do a mistake of applying with a single CV in every job. No, you make some categories that, okay, there are these 2 or 3 categories that I am going to apply. For each category you should have a CV, and that's in that CV the formatting can remain same, but the highlighting of your skills, your responsibilities, and the keywords should be different. It should match the requirement of the recruiter. Okay, so take care of this. This will be required. Next. Okay, at last 2 points. Do not apply anywhere. Okay, generally what mistake we do, we apply anywhere that we see a job. No, prepare for it and then apply. Okay, because your CV gets rotated into the web of hiring managers, and if all the hiring managers gets your CV for every job, okay, then they will keep ignoring you. Okay, they will ignore that, okay, this CV has come for every such job. So don't do that. So that's all from my side today.